What is up, YouTube fam? All I know, it's been a hot minute since I've done an update, so that's what we're doing today. It's raining outside and I have the washer going, so sorry if you can hear any background noise. We're gonna do a little GLP-1 update because let me tell you, there's a lot to get into. Long story short, I went off of it, tried something new, and then that brings us to today of what the heck are we doing? Again, this is all from personal experience. This is not medical advice. All right, so the last time I spoke to you guys about an update, I think it was like near the last week of my last injection that I had on hand for tirzepatide. That was close to 3 months ago. And life's been going on, you know? We've been busy, moving, traveling. I posted, like, we went to Florida for a week, so I posted like a little travel vlog. So go ahead and watch that if you want to. I mean, I'll be honest, my channel is definitely centered around health, wellness, educate. I want to start adding a little bit more educational content, especially with my background of being a physical therapist. But sometimes we travel and I like to post those vlogs. And if you want to watch them, cool. If you don't, not cool. Just kidding. But anyways, let's get into it. So yeah, 3 months ago, I took my last injection of tirzepatide. And at the time, I was down 35 pounds, somewhere around there. And then I said I was going to the doctor, which I did. I did not end up getting blood work done. Honestly, price. Like, the blood work that I got done a little under a year ago, it was all out of pocket. I just didn't want to spend the money on it, and eventually maybe I will, but as of like right now, I just couldn't do that. I had a talk with my provider of basically the conversation of, this has helped me so much, but I don't want to have to rely on a medication to lose weight. And of course comes in the whole topic of, well, that mindset, that thought process is great because you never want to become dependent on something. But also the conversation of, if hormones and my body is just physically like not allowing me to lose weight, it still might be needed. And I just was kind of at the place of like, I understand that, I totally do, but I want to see if I could do it on my own. So what we did at that time, and this is why I haven't made an update video, because I tried something new and I wanted to like go through it, and here we are with my honest thoughts. So I tried, basically I was ending tirzepatide, and to kind of still have something to help, but not necessarily a GLP-1, we decided to do a peptide. So I went on sermorelin. It's a synthetic peptide and it's been used. It's not like a new peptide, but it is synthetic peptide for the human growth hormone. No, it's not like steroids. It's mainly to help build muscle. So like that was the goal with going on it, is to continue my workouts, be able to maybe have some aid in building muscle, therefore translating into more weight loss / fat loss. So that was the plan. Here are my honest thoughts about it. I don't think it did anything. Like, I was on it for 3 months. I just finished. I did not notice a single difference. So I don't really have much to say about it. Besides, I didn't have any side effects, nothing like that. It said it could cause appetite suppression. No, did not. I just won't be buying more, and I will not be going back on it. So that's my thoughts on that. Have a conversation with your provider if you want to try it out, but again, this is all from personal experience. This is not medical advice. So yeah, not for me. It didn't work. But let's talk about coming off of tirzepatide or coming off of GLP-1 and what happened there. Because honey, let me tell you, the Food noise, she back, baby. She is back. It really is true what they say. Like, those really help with food noise. But yeah, that would be like my biggest thing, is the food noise is back. However, based on just some of the habits I implemented while on the medication, I have been able to kind of deter myself from the food noise, or just implement like healthier options for the food noise, versus before I would have food noise and like go to crumble cookie and satisfy my cravings. I don't do that anymore, but the sweet cravings have come back a little bit stronger than I'm used to. I'm just a person after dinner that like, I just need a little something to take the edge off, a little something sweet. That's been the biggest like thing I've noticed with coming off of the GLP-1, is just food noise is back with a vengeance. Not loving it, but I'm able to fight her a little bit. So I guess we love that. Let's talk about weight. One of the most common things that is said on the internet is if you take a GLP-1, once you come off of it, you're gonna gain everything back. And like I've said in a video before, no. If you come off of a GLP-1 and you go back to your old habits of what got you to that point in the first place, before you went on the GLP-1, then yeah, you're gonna gain it all back. But if you go on GLP-1 and you maintain the habits and eating habits and exercise and all of that you were doing while on the medication, you might gain some back, but you shouldn't really gain it all back, because you have the tools to maintain your weight. So personally with me, and this is where the frustrating part comes in, good news is I didn't gain anything back. Bad news / just more of like the news that gets me a little bit down is I have not lost anything. So I've been like steady maintaining since I've been off of the GLP-1. So for basically 3 months, and I've been working out, like I've been doing everything, eating healthy. I mean, yes, we were moving and traveling, so there were some days where I was not working out and traveling, maybe eating a little bit more, but I mean, over a 3-month period, I've been relatively healthy. So, and obviously when I came off of it, I was not at my goal weight. I just wanted to see if I could get to my goal weight like by myself. So clearly my body still has some issues with hormones and all that, which I knew which I basically, found out a year ago I had. So I'm not gonna lie, it is tough. Like mentally, it is tough to be in such a like good positive headspace, and then in the last 3 months I've just kind of been plateaued, and I've still been doing all the things. That brings us to today, and currently I'm not on anything right now. I'm just all natural. What am I gonna do? She's coming back. I made the decision. I do not want to get back to a place where I was like a little bit over a year ago. I don't want to go down that road mentally and physically. So I am going to start taking tirzepatide again. I just had a meeting with my provider and all that, so it's been ordered, just waiting on it to basically arrive. I'm starting again at the lowest dose, and honestly, I think that's where I want to stay. Like if I could quote unquote microdose a GLP-1 and make progress, that would be ideal. But I don't know, we will see kind of just how my body responds. I don't know, I have no idea like if because I was on it and then off of it and going back on it, I don't know if I'm like resistant to anything. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go back on, and it's just a personal decision. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it. I don't really care. Again, this is just my own experience. It's not supposed to be any sort of like medical advice for anyone, but I know a lot of people out there struggle with it, and struggle with the fact that losing weight is hard, and something that like will always stick with me, and like what my provider said, losing weight shouldn't have to become your life. For a lot of people it is, just because we have all these like imbalances and everything. So I don't want losing weight to be my life. When I was taking a GLP-1, that was like the most balance. That was the most balance that I've ever had in my life. Like, I was able to go out and be with my friends and go to a restaurant and order something on the menu that's maybe, you know, not as healthy, not eat the whole thing, bring it home for leftovers, and then wake up the next day, jump right back into, you know, what makes me feel good, fruits, veggies, all that, and not gain weight. Because that is like what I struggled with before, is I was doing like a 90-10, almost 90% like strict eating healthy, counting calories, counting macros. But then I would go out for dinner like one day a week and I wouldn't go crazy, but I would still gain weight. And that was like the frustrating part of what led me to like just finally be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be on a GLP-1. So yeah, I miss that sense of balance because I'm not losing anything. Like, I'm happy that I'm not gaining, but because I'm not continuing to progress, I feel like I'm back in that zone where it's like, I'm gonna have to like buckle down and like eat strict healthy, and that's just not a way to live. And for those of you who watch this and you're like, oh, she's gonna take a GLP-1 and then go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac and a large fry. No, that's not what I do. That behavior is relying too much on a medication. Like, I have made the change. Welcome back to the GLP-1 journey, I guess. And I'll continue to film updates. Something I didn't mention is before I was on a compounded version of tirzepatide. And this time, we're getting the name brand. I don't know if that will make a difference. We shall see. Obviously, there's a little bit more to get that. However, there's just so much like stuff in the news about compounding pharmacies, and I know a lot of it is like third-party tested, blah, 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 but at the end of the day, you don't really know what you're getting, and that scares me. So let me get like the FDA-approved version. That's what I'm gonna get. Maybe that will help me more. I will keep you guys updated. We are back. We are back to regularly scheduled program. I know I was like out for a little bit, but we're back. I have a goal weight in mind. I'm not gonna like put it out there because someone's always got something to say about that, but we still got a decent amount. We still got a decent amount to go, so let's get it. Thank you guys for watching. If you are enjoying this series or journey, make sure to like and subscribe because it really does help me. I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye.